You are as good as your team, and the team is as good as you when you are leading it. My fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, good morning.
Good morning.
It was a great learning curve for me by being the lead of the GST bot project. In this project, we had to use a bot to read the airline invoices of my client and generate a report by which we can claim the GST credit of it. The bot was required due to the sheer volume of airline invoices, which were more than 500 a month, and the total cost leakage was more than 1 crore. There were many learning experiences, and then out of it, there were four core learning experiences. The first was know your project and plan. When I had taken the lead of the particular project, I was not aware of the technology side of the GST board project. I am a finance professional, and using bot is not something then known to me. It is like the job advertisement wherein you see a chef is being put in a job of a barber. The simple technique which I use to then learn the technology side is then asking questions. This is what I learned from my wife. Whenever my wife used to give me any work, I used to ask her questions. And by the sheer number of questions, she will then end up doing that work her own self. During the phase of then asking her, then again asking the team questions, we developed a plan and then developed milestones for the project. The first milestone being the document collection, then the bot trial run, lastly the global approval stage. The second learning is being a good listener. I am a talkative kind. I love to talk. But here I was put in a situation where I had to only listen to my team, listen to my seniors, listen to my stakeholders. It was a nightmare because in the day I had to listen to all these and then in the night from my wife. I would like to thank the Toastmasters community here, wherein I had learned the rules of grammarian and R counter, which had then given me skills of listening so that I could at least listen for say 2 hours at a go. Listening is also required for one to then attain zenith in his leadership skills. The third important learning was having regular meetings to know where the project is going. At the start, we had meeting every alternative day as that was the stage of document collection. We need to follow for more than 15 lines to get all the 500 invoices. Then, as the particular project progressed, the meetings were say then from weekly twice to weekly one. These meetings were also required for a project lead to know any bottlenecks are being faced by the team or not. One of the bottlenecks what we faced was that the renewal of the bot license. The bot license was for a year. So we had to then communicate it to the procurement team that whenever the renewal cycle came, they had to then again inform us well in the advance and take our consent for the renewal. The last and the most again important stage was team management. I was new to the client, and so were they. It was a disaster at the starting, as we all didn't had the same wavelength. I then realized one thing: I can stand stand tall, but once it then bends to you, we is not far away. I started to reach out to the team. We then started going for coffee breaks, lunch breaks, and then had a team outing also. And then once they got to know me, and once I got to know them, it was just about anchoring them to the completion of the particular project. As Lecoq says, no one can whistle a symphony. It takes a whole orchestra to then play. After dithering the again endless meetings, long Skype calls, and multiple trial runs, we had finally attained 99.96 accuracy with the bot and all the again airline invoices scanned. Now it is pending with my global connect of my clients for the roll up. This project would not have been successful without working meticulously like a bot to firstly understand what are they doing and then plan it. Secondly, then understand what you're doing. Listen to the every minuscule details of what is being said so that you can answer to your stakeholders. Thirdly is have regular meetings to understand where are you in terms of reaching your milestones and whether the team faces any bottlenecks or not. And lastly, being a good team player because you are not the only one who are doing the work. It is the whole team. As again told by Henry, for coming together is a start. Working together is a success. I would like to thank my bot team once again for again helping me out in the particular GST bot project. The success is all theirs. When are you going to lead such a project, Mr. Toast, Master of the Day?